Add location. Hi, everybody. I'm back. Add location on here. I'm trying to get my situation situated. Let me tag my people. Michael. Okay. Oh my gosh. I'm too slow. I need one more song. All right. I'm on the crooked chair. I'm in the wrong chair. Wrong chair. I was like, why do I feel like I'm about to fall backwards? Woo! We're trying to do all that we can. I'm watching the rain come down outside. Oh, this chair, my butt's cold in this one. So let me try to see if I can get some. Let me tag my husband on. If you're watching me, let me tag my mama. Let me see. ACE. Joyce Davis. My mama's at work, but you know she'll be watching me on the show. Anyway. So I'm going to go. Are we good on here? Let me see.
Did you press live?
I'm live on Instagram. I'm trying to get my situation together for Facebook. JUL. Okay. My first story. Do I have any? Hold on. That's my DJ. Go DJ. That's my DJ. Go DJ. That's my DJ. The hottest under the sun. Ooh. First of all, turn that up to the head. Now you know he dead. Better than the Hall of Fame. I just love Cash Money Records. You know what? Guess who's married to Cash Money Records owner? Tony. What's her name? Tony Braxton. Yep. Here we go. All right. Hey, show that Bentley. You know what? I wouldn't buy Bentley. First of all, I don't have the money for it. That's number one. I just don't believe. I think that the car is in. Why am I looking so light on this? I just don't think that it's the kind of car for me because number one, I would be too scared of everybody door dinging my Bentley if I had one. I think that I had a friend who bought a Bentley, and she said, I said, girl, why you buy that car? She said, girl, I love Bentleys. I said, well, don't you know that kind of car breeds unnecessary attention that you don't want? She was like, what? I think she thought I was being a hater. I wasn't being a hater. I was just trying to tell. Why does it look so grainy on? You guys don't know what's going on here with my technology. I got a whole lot going on. Let me see if I can hear it here. How many more seconds left of the song?
We got 2 minutes.
Huh?
2 minutes.
2 minutes. I got a lot of them. Come on. He said I got army guns. Hey. I just love. Go DJ, that's my DJ. Go DJ, that's my DJ. Oh, by the way, if you are a New Orleander, is that what we said? New Orleanian. Please send me a king cake to 95.3 Jam. Just go ahead and mail it right up here. We just had our fantastic king cake shipped to our house from, I think it's the Wudong Bakery. Baby, let me tell you something about the Asians, honey. They got the lock on making the king cakes in New Orleans. I don't know where y'all get them out there in New Orleans. If you're from NOLA, go ahead and send me a king cake. I got the baby this year, so I'm going to have a very, 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 very lucky year. So I want to make sure all of you out there, hey, DeAndrea Bolton. You know, I like to call you by your government name, girl. Okay. Uptown Beauty Bar. I need some lip gloss products. I've been rocking this Tom Ford. It's not doing anything because I have to keep reapplying every 5 seconds. Anyway, plus I don't wear makeup, so my face is always shiny because I had too many oils and serums. I put some gold eyeliner on today just so I could be popping, but you know that's about as far as I'm gonna go. Anyway, get paid in advance. I'm a bona fide hustler. You guys, are you enjoying Black History Month? I mean, we've only had 3 days of it. But I'm feeling really good out there because, you know, we're going to have a Black Supreme Court justice appointed. And I hope that she has edges and dreadlocks and braids and everything black. I hope she's not my skin tone. She better be as black as my shirt. She better be as black as that Haitian woman that told me she wasn't black. If I wish, you know what? If I was who I used to be. See, I've always been saved by the Lord Jesus Christ. Okay, that's an understatement. But if I was not the Christian that I am today, I would post her black face picture so y'all can see exactly who the heck I'm talking about. Talking about she ain't black, girl. I'm gonna keep it private, girl, because I don't want you to lose any friends. Plus, actually, I don't even think she cares. You know what? She didn't even want to talk to me one day. She tried like she didn't know. I said, girl, you know who I am. I'm black. I'm black girl magic.
Ready?
Yeah. You want to talk about white people news, how dumb they are. Yeah. All right, welcome back, everybody. We're not going to do Here Comes the Feds, because right now we're going to go to Here Comes the Dummies. Okay, in Lorain County, I'm not sure, there was an educator, Palm Elementary School principal, Deborah Pastulka, and a staff member, Monica Summers Friedenstein, forced a 9-year-old black girl to eat food from a garbage can at school. The district released surveillance footage of the disgusting incident of child abuse after conducting an investigation for several weeks. Now, quote, it says, "We see in the video this monitor, the named defendant, go ahead and grab the waffle out of the garbage, and she appears to instruct the student to go get a paper towel and go back to her seat." That's what the victim's attorney said. And then it says she places the waffle at the table and then for a matter of minutes is talking with her, instructing her, as we know from the victim's standpoint, that she needs to eat this waffle that was in the garbage. And the monitor goes as far as to sit right next to her, as is alleged in their complaint against the school, and intimidate her even more. It looks like she did this. These two white women, let me tell you something. If you follow me on Instagram or Facebook at Nyanza L. Moore, you're going to see the trash garbage picture at the school where they had the little black girl get the waffle out of there and eat it in front of the kids while the other kids are laughing at her. Now, I'm saying this happened to this black child, and this is Black History Month. So I just want, for all of you out there who do not believe that we need to study Black history in schools, maybe we need to think about the Karens that are out there saying this madness that we don't need to learn about Black history. So those Karens are the ones making black children eat out of garbage can in 2022. In other white racist news, a Merrill Lynch executive was arrested after a racist attack on store workers over a smoothie order, and he was caught on video throwing a drink. He is a Merrill Lynch financial advisor. James Iannazzo, Iannazzo, 48-year-old white man, ordered a smoothie from the smoothie shop for his son who had a peanut allergy. Now I know. If your son's got an allergy, I understand why you'd be mad. But you could just be mad at them and just say, I want my money back for the smoothie. No. He went further. Because see what happens when regular white people get mad over something that they actually have a right to be mad about. If you are of a different race, their racism comes out. So guess what he said? The 3 employees were present, and then he came into the store. And they didn't know how to respond. The man started hurling abuses at the employees, demanding to know the number at the corporate office. He said, "Shut the F up, you stupid effing idiot. You're an effing idiot. I want the effing number. Shut the F up." Then he threw a drink at one of the employees after he tried to breach the employee-only entrance. So he's going to basically get in there and whoop her butt. But it goes on further. When Mr. Whitey got really, really upset, guess what he said, y'all? When they said you need to leave multiple times, his white privilege. I guess he's like, I'm not going to leave. I'm going to assault you, number one, by throwing something at you. And I don't care what you say, because guess what he said? He said, "You're an effing immigrant loser." He went there. Now, he had to go and call them an immigrant loser. Now, what does your immigration status have to do with the smoothie being made with peanuts? I don't know. But whenever white privilege joins the forces, whenever it's a white person upset with anybody black, Latino, Asian, or whatever the F, or Jewish, they're going to always throw in race, ethnicity, or religion to use it as a dig at you. And y'all don't want to teach critical race theory in schools? Critical race theory simply means that racism is here to stay. It will always be here because that's the way America started. So white people don't want critical race theory taught in schools. It's never even been taught in schools. That was created by a black man at Harvard who did a Harvard study and said, guess what? White people, we can't change it. You're going to always hate us. So now white people are using critical race theory as a way to say anti-blackness. Well, you're wrong. It wasn't taught in schools in the first place. So all y'all are dumb. But you're making white people get really, really scared to go ahead and basically say, based on your white privilege, you want to make sure critical race theory. We don't want white people to feel bad about being white. We don't want white people to feel bad about slavery. We don't want white people to feel bad about locking up Vietnamese people in concentration camps after the Vietnam War. We don't want white people to be feeling upset about how they used to treat the Jews and the Italians and the Irish when they went to New York. We don't want white people to feel bad about all the things that they have done and all the atrocities they've committed to in other countries where they had no business in. We don't want white people to be reminded that they have been on every single place on this earth, raping and pillaging other countries to make their country better on the backs of the black people. And you got the Mexican people and the people that immigrated from Honduras and all those Latin countries over here to build up the United States of America. But now that you got all that low wage labor from the immigrants, now you want them to go back home. Just like you want the black people to go back home. Now that the slavery is over, the slaves built Washington, D.C. Remember how the white people got mad when Michelle Obama made the comment when she was the first lady, the first black first lady, the real first lady? We ain't never had another one since then, except Jill Biden. It skipped over the one that was on the stripper pole. The stripper was not the real first lady. She was like the second lady. She was like the fourth wife, fifth wife, second mistress, whatever. She was a mistress before she became the first lady anyway. And she was an immigrant. Remember when Donald Trump was out there talking about he didn't want people to be able to get their immigration papers quickly? Well, guess what? When he was with Ivanka, what's her name? What's the old first lady's name? I don't even. She was always looking like. What's her name? Donald Trump's wife, Melania. When Melania was an immigrant, being sworn in as the first lady, her and her parents were still immigrants. Well, guess what? Immediately, they got their citizenship papers. And they got to skip the line, so that she could be a United States citizen. I'm so proud to be a part of this country. I'm an American citizen now. Go now. But Donald Trump, the racist, had a problem with the Latinos or all the black people from those S-hole countries. Don't y'all remember? You don't remember Donald Trump saying all those S-H-I blank hole countries. We don't want them to come over here. We want migrants from Iceland, Switzerland, Poland, any of the lands that are white. Y'all remember that? And he wanted his Eastern European wife to get her immigration papers as soon as he became the president. So she skipped the line. Her parents got to skip the line and get their citizenship. And then he broke a whole lot of rules and then made all the white people in the Republican Party too afraid to oust him. Well, then he built a wall. Tried to extend out the wall to be built around the United States to keep the immigrants out. Well, I guess the guy that's from Merrill Lynch, the executive, that when he was talking about you effing immigrant, he was talking about Melania. Okay? I wonder who we voted for. Is he upset that Melania's here, or is it because she's Eastern European and she's not black? She's not Latino. She's not Asian. That it's okay for her to come to the United States of America. Well, I'm just saying. I digress just a little bit, but we are in Black History Month, so you're going to get a whole lot of black wokeness on this R&B station. Yes, you are. If you're married to a black man, you need to be listening to this anyway because he's probably too afraid to tell you what time it really is. Let's go ahead and talk about the women that I was speaking of last week that are being considered at the top of President Biden's list for Supreme Court justice nominations. And I left off, I had to rush through them last week, but I'm going to go slow today because the one that I hope gets it, and I'm going to tell you why. Remember I told y'all what I look like? If y'all are just listening to me, y'all don't know what I look like. But if you live streaming me, you're going to see that I'm not as brown as I should be. Or I would like to be. Now, I'm holding up a picture of who I hope is the pick. We have Judge Candace Jackson Akawumi. She is a 43-year-old, which means she can sit on the court for another 40 years. That's what they like to do. They like to stack the court. She was nominated to the 7th Circuit Court of Appeals in 2021, y'all, just last year. That means, when you get a federal nomination, you're there for life until you retire. Like Judge Vanessa Gilmore just retired, I believe, from being the federal judge here in the 5th Circuit. Anyway, so for a decade, from 2010 to 2020, Judge Jackson Akawumi was a staff attorney in the Federal Defender Program for the Northern District of Illinois. For those of you who don't know what that means, being a staff attorney, she was in the Federal Defender Program. That means she was basically representing the prisoners in the federal court system, you know, helping them for free, basically. Like my best friend, one of my best friends is a judge out there in Dallas County, and she's Judge Julia Hayes out there in Dallas County, who was the youngest judge ever elected in the history of Dallas County. I think she's serving her third term. What's up, Sarah? Had to drop that in there. She does wear the pink and green. Anyway, she was working at the public defender's office when she started her career. Now, the difference between me and my besties, my best friends, both judges, I was always going for the coins. I'm not ashamed of who I am, baby. I had to have the dollars to make some sense of this law school. Of all the treachery and all of the study time, I said, I'm not going to go out there and work for the people. I need to work for myself first and make these coins. So hats off to the public defenders. Hats off to Judge Julia Hayes, who started off as a public defender and who has always been for the people, because now she's sitting up there fairly ruling in the criminal courthouse in Dallas County, and who is also my sorority sister of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated. Anyway, so that's who I want to win the nomination. Oh, and just so you'll know, tell you how much better Judge Jackson Akawumi is. She's a graduate of the Yale Law School. Yes. And she is browner than the Haitian woman who said she's not black. Yes. And she has twisted up dreadlocks on top of her head. And she has represented more than 400 indigent clients accused of federal crimes. Do you hear me? Now, I made a comment on social media a couple of years ago that says, district attorneys make a living off of locking black and brown people up. And some criminal lawyers got so mad. Well, it's the truth. You know what? You lock up black and brown people, but that's the way they do in the plantation. They get black DAs and Latino DAs that are forced to put out these rules and forced to be like, okay, I'm going to give you 20 years. 20 years? I only stole a biscuit. But my statement was true. But so for those criminal attorneys who are always upset by my statement, all those criminal DAs out there that were locking black and brown people up, well, the statistics already said that's what y'all doing. Well, it looks like I was right in what I was saying, because Justice Jackson Akawumi was defending, as a black woman, the federal indigents accused of crimes in federal courts. So there you go. And now she, with her 400 indigent defendants, is probably going to be the first black woman on the United States Supreme Court, wearing a black robe with skin black like mine, blacker than mine, hair blacker than mine. You know, makes you want to change my blonde braids to black, but I'm going to go ahead and keep this blonde because I'm getting too old for that. Plus, I'm older than her. So that Yale graduate, I really want her to get the nomination, because I want Joseph Biden to be able to show the world that you can be a lawyer, and you can be a lawyer that has spent your entire career representing clients as a public defender, and not just a lawyer who was after the dollars like me, and after the dollars like other people who just wanted the coins, who want to drive Bentleys and Benzes and stuff. And, you're not going to make that at the public defender's office. No, you're not. You're not going to make any coins at all, because none of your clients have any dollars. Anyway, so I want a black woman that's representative of, being the first person in history to go from being a public defender to being on the Supreme Court, who also has an Ivy League education. Okay, who also has a name that's difficult to pronounce like mine. I don't want to give it to Karen Johnson, who can change her name to Whoopi Goldberg to sound Jewish. I want to give it to Jackson Akawumi, who there is no doubt. See, there's no doubt when I put my name on a resume. Nyanza, white people say, she's probably black. Do we need to reach our racial quota? Let's go look for the black candidates. Or is her name Nancy, where she's going to get the interview? Because that happens out there, statistically speaking. If you have a black sounding name or ethnic sounding name, you're not going to get the interview. Okay? You got to have like a 4.12. That's why I got all the interviews. I didn't got all the jobs. Because my brain power was working. That's why I'm saying you don't need to work on your back, especially with a name like Nyanza. That's the kind of name that you get when your daddy was in the Black Panther. That's the kind of name that you get when your daddy went to North Carolina A&T. That's the kind of name that you get when your daddy pledges Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated. That's the kind of name you get when your mama pledges Alpha Kappa Alpha. You get a black woke name from your Prairie View, North Carolina A&T parents who want to make sure that when you born in 1972, baby, that everybody knows that you are proud of your blackness. Up with the people. Black power, y'all. We're going to cut to a commercial. Black History Month, hey. Woo! Now, there's some other black women up there, but I don't want them to win for the Supreme Court. I need real black girl power. See, like right here? Right here? No, we don't want her. She looked too much like me. We don't want her. Now, Judge Ketanji Brown Jackson. Baby, Ketanji could do it, baby. Ketanji's giving me full-on black girl magic, baby. Ketanji's telling them. Joseph Biden has done what he is supposed to do, and Barack Obama, he wasted his Supreme Court justice pick on a Latina that the first time she got in office, her first thing was to vote for Citizens United. Justice Sonia Sotomayor from the Bronx went all the way conservative white, baby. Yes, she did, honey. That Latina woman up there was like, well, I appreciate you nominating me to the Supreme Court, Obama, but you should have put a black woman in the position like we all knew. Because what happened? Citizens United is the reason why Donald Trump became the president and beat Hillary Clinton. You don't understand why? I'm going to go ahead and bring you guys some education about what the importance of Citizens United meant. It meant that corporations are people, and people can give unlimited donations to candidates in running for political office. So that's how you were able to see candidates like Donald Trump raise $100 million, $500 million, $1 billion in campaign donations from the Koch brothers. I'm going to save that for the air. But for those of you who don't know, you better be woke and get to knowing. So Obama, Barack Hussein Obama, who was voted for by the black people who stood in line for 20 hours to vote for him. If you look back in the statistics of it all, Obama didn't get put into office by white people. It was only the black people that voted for him. That's the truth. You don't think I'm telling you the truth? Go ahead to the UScensus.gov. See, I'm a brainiac. Go to the UScensus.gov website and pull up how many people and in what demographic voted for President Barack Obama in 2008 to win him? 2000. What was it? He started running in 2006, and he was able to be sworn in January 20, 2009. So he won in 2008. He was a president-elect in 2008. Okay, see, I remember everything I read, so only have to read it once. Go in there and you'll see that all the black people voted for Barack. That pushed him over the edge. So when he ran against John McCain. Here we go, 1 minute. I'm going to save this for the air. I need to give these people some education out there in Radio Land. And this is why I'm telling you in Black History Month that we need to tell the truth about our black president. We can't lie about the president, y'all. If you do whack, I'm going to tell you did whack. That's just the way I am. Here come the feds. Oh, this is very apropos. See, I need new lip gloss. Lip gloss is already gone. I'm so tired. Time for it. Don't waste your money. I got to reapply every 17 seconds. Gosh. $50 lip gloss. He didn't lost his mind. I bought 2 of them, too. I'm going to tell you what not to buy. Okay? Don't buy that.
You ready?
Yeah, hold on. Let me see.
Just a second.
Okay. I'm ready.
You are.
All right, we're back. And okay, here come the feds. Let me tell you about some federal rulings. I'm not going to talk to you about those rulings right now because I need to go back because this is Black History Month and we're celebrating blackness. We had our first black president, Barack Obama, married to Black Michelle. And, at the time, she was a lawyer who was a partner at a law firm. She was like big time when she met little Barack, and Barack was like working for the people out in the streets. He was a community organizer, even though he had a Harvard degree. And he was an editor. He was the editor of the Harvard Law Review, first black one in the history of blah, blah, blah. Anyway, so he made history as being our black savior president. And we thought that he was going to actually do something for black people. Barack Obama did not do a lot for black folks, y'all. He did a lot for the gays, a lot for the Latinos, a lot for the disabled, a lot for the veterans, a lot for the Asians. He did not anything for the black folks. Okay. He did not do it. We would have done better if we had the Rainbow Coalition and had, what's his name up there that's on CNN right now? I forgot. It'll come to me in just a minute. But anyway, let me just tell you, when I was talking in the last segment about the Supreme Court justice nominations, Joseph Biden, he failed us when it came to voting rights because in his first 100 days, that should have been all that he was focused on. He should have been focused on making sure that he could do by executive order right all of the wrongs and make it federal law to abridge the rights of black and brown people to vote and stop the states from, enacting laws in 22 states across this country, stop them from enacting laws that, prevent the underserved and black and brown from being able to vote. Now, so we have President Biden has the opportunity to select and nominate a black woman for the Supreme Court of the United States. I'm going to give you some background to the current foreground about how Biden is doing more for black people, even though I'm always on Biden about voting because, I think he's whack about that because he didn't do what he's supposed to do because we still can't vote. After 400 years of oppression, it's like 422. It's 2022 now. We're still oppressed. Anyway, so y'all know how I feel about that. But anyway, Joseph Biden is nominating a black woman to the Supreme Court of the United States. Barack Obama had the opportunity to put 2 justices on the court. Okay? Now, instead of him helping out black people, who are the people who got him elected, and I'm trying to say this to you from a position of I know what the F I'm talking about. All right? If you go to the United States, see, I'm a fan of the government. I've never filed bankruptcy. I pay my taxes. I probably pay more than what I owe because I'm black and I'm scared. I don't have any, like I said, I've never been arrested in my life and I don't plan on being arrested. So I follow the FBI. I follow the Justice Department. I follow the United States Census. While y'all are out there following Rihanna and Beyonce and the Kardashians, I'm following the government. I like to be in the know because I'm a dork. Anyway, so the U.S. Census you can follow them and you can find out all the statistics. Now, we just had a census in 2020. Okay, it's done every 10 years. For those of you who don't want to open your door when the people was knocking, you should have opened your door so you could be counted. When everybody got counted, they added 2 additional districts in Texas and then try to break up stuff with gerrymandering. But I'm here to talk about black history, not about gerrymandering. Anyway, so we're sticking to the blackness. When we elected Barack Obama to be the president, the black people got him in office. Okay, none of the white people, none of the Karens or the Johns voted for Barack. Do you hear me? They did not vote for Barack Hussein Obama to lead us as the first black president with that black wife from Chicago and those 2 little black girls wearing cornrows and beads. That's not what they wanted. So that's why when Barack Obama got into office, all the black people say, well, brother, we put you there. Now it's time for you to do something for us. But no, he didn't. No, he didn't, honey. He wanted to make sure that we didn't see him as the black president. So he did nothing for black people. I know y'all black folks out there that are so up Barack's butt that y'all be like, oh yeah, we love President Obama. You can say what you want to say. I'm just going to tell you the real. I'm not here to lie to you, baby. Listen, if the Jews killed Jesus, the Messiah, then I can say that black Barack Hussein Obama did nothing for black people. You can call me out on it. You want to debate it? Call into the show. I got something for you. So let me just tell all you people who may have been misinformed, like the Miseducation of Lauryn Hill. Remember that album? The Miseducation of the black people who think that Barack was our president. Number 1. Barack Obama made more rules affecting the gay rights than anybody else's rights. Number 2, he's the one who came up with DACA for the immigrants. Number 3, he made all of these privileges for the veterans that they well deserved. Number 4, he was able to select a person to the United States Supreme Court. You notice I said a person. It was a woman. How historical. But even though he was the first black editor of the Harvard Law Review, and even though his black wife, Michelle Obama, had his black daughters and was a banging partner at a big old white law firm, even though he was sleeping with a black woman lawyer, when it came time for him to appoint a justice to the Supreme Court that first go around, he appointed Justice Sonia Sotomayor. I rolled my R on purpose. Because when he nominated her for the Supreme Court, I was happy. I was like, okay, what happened to the blackness? Okay, Barack Hussein Obama. Are you trying to show us that you're not black? Are you trying to prove a point to the white people to try to make them like you more? Are you trying to win the Latin vote? You already got them because you said immigration, let all y'all come in and still don't pay any taxes. Come on over here. We're not going to build a wall, but just so you'll know, your kids can stay over here. I'm fine with that. But the Supreme Court Justice of the United States, you're married to a black woman attorney. You're a black man lawyer. And you didn't think that you needed to make history by appointing a black woman to the United States Supreme Court. Instead, you know what? Guess what happened to him? Guess what happened to his black A square sus? If you speak pig Latin, you know what I'm talking about. Guess what he did? He appointed Justice Sonia Sotomayor from the Bronx, New York, and the first thing she did as the newly selected Supreme Court Justice was vote in favor of Citizens United. Y'all don't hear about that. Y'all don't know about that. Let me give you a background, because this is a federal law that was enacted by the Supreme Court that allowed Donald Trump to become the president of the United States. Let me give you the background to the foreground. Citizens United was a case where corporations wanted to be able to donate to political candidates. Pull that case up. So prior to Citizens United, corporations had to max out at a certain dollar amount when they wanted to donate to political campaigns. So you know how they each person has a limit. It was $2,500 per individual donor, or I don't remember what it was when I was running for federal office. So it was the Citizens United versus the FEC, the Federal Election Committee, in 2010. The Supreme Court issued the ruling, okay, that allowed prohibitions on independent expenditures by corporations, okay? The court also overruled the part of McConnell versus the FEC that held that corporations could be banned from making electioneering communications. The court upheld the reporting and disclaimer requirements. So here's the problem. The Federal Election Campaign Act prohibited corporations and labor unions from using their general treasury funds to make electioneering communications or for speech that expressly advocates the election or defeat of a federal candidate. An electioneering communication is generally defined as, quote, any broadcast, cable, or satellite communication that is, quote, publicly distributed and refers to a clearly identified federal candidate and is made within 30 days of a primary or 60 days of a general election. In January 2008, Citizens United, a nonprofit corporation, released a film about then-Senator Hillary Clinton, who was a candidate in the Democratic Party's 2008 presidential primary election. Citizens United wanted to pay cable companies to make the film available for free through video on demand, which allows digital cable subscribers to select programming from various menus, including movies. Citizens United planned to make the film available within 30 days of the 2008 primary elections, but feared that the film would be covered by the Act's ban on corporate-funded electioneering communications. Now, Citizens United sought declaratory and injunctive release against the commission in the U.S. District Court in the District of Columbia, which is the Democratic District. You know, everybody in D.C. is black, y'all. It's Chocolate City for a reason. In the commission in the United States District Court of Columbia, arguing that the ban on corporate electioneering communications was unconstitutional as applied to the film and that disclosure and disclaimer requirements were unconstitutional. The district court denied Citizens United a preliminary injunction and granted the commission's motion for summary judgment. Now, what summary judgment means, dismiss it. So the feds were like, hold on. These old racist people are trying to stop Hillary Clinton from being able to run without their corporations trying to dog her out to let Donald Trump, the racist federal candidate for Republican Party. And now we want to make sure that we can put out all the racist stuff that he has. And we want to be able to back it with corporate dollars in the hundreds of millions. So what happened? What happened? What did whack Barack do? He appoints Justice Sonia Sotomayor, the Latina, who voted to vote down what Chocolate City District Court said against Citizens United and go ahead and say, no, I'm going to go ahead and be like the good conservative white Republicans up here on the bench. And I'm going to go ahead and say that we should allow unlimited corporate funding to all of the federal candidates and not limit them and how much they can donate from their treasury, from the unions. And everybody knows that unions are Democrats, okay? The Democrats are pro-union. The Republican is anti-union, okay? Y'all need to get it. Don't get it twisted. If you are out there and you are a blue-collar worker and you belong to a union, you should not be voting Republican, you dummy. I'm just trying to tell you. If you're a simpleton voting for Republicans, they want to disband the unions. That's how Amazon is able to get away with not paying their workers very well. Now, Amazon, I love you. Because you deliver my packages at 7 o'clock in the morning to my house. And I can order at 9 p.m. And I don't have any problem with how you treat your people. If the people want to work there under slave conditions, let them. Okay? I don't have any problem with slave labor if you got people signing up for slavery. That's their own. You can do whichever you want to in America. But If you want to have a union, which is the reason why Amazon did not get its headquarters in the same. I know a lot. It's hard for me to do a brain dump on y'all. I'm trying to catch y'all up to so many things because I don't know what you know out there in radio land. So I'm assuming that I'm talking to Kennedy and Lincoln. This is exactly what they get from their mommy all the time, and they're 13 and 4. My poor children. Anyway, I'm gonna get back to Citizens United. But if you are a union worker, if you work at a plant, if you are a blue-collar worker, if you wear a uniform, you need a union. The union is made to protect you from the corporate bosses who are making people the richest man in the world. They don't want you to get together. They want to make it like Animal Farm. They want to make it like Lord of the Flies. If you listened to me on the first hour, then you would have learned man's inhumanity to man. Whoopi Goldberg got it wrong. This is what they were talking about. Inhumanity to man is how the corporate workers, the corporate giants, are the bosses, making everybody work like slaves for low wages, not letting them have 5 and 6 weeks off when they get pregnant, making sure, doing all kind of dumb stuff to the workers, making them work 15 hours days and making sure that they can't complain and sue them. Anyway, if you are a union and you are pro-Trump, I don't know if you remember, I keep on giving y'all some context. Jimmy Hoffa. Y'all know the story of Jimmy Hoffa. For those of you who don't know the story about Jimmy Hoffa, Jimmy Hoffa was the king of the labor unions, okay? He controlled the labor unions up there. Was it in New York? I don't remember where. Anyway, I think it's in New York. And so Jimmy Hoffa was a part of the mob. The gangsters in New York, the families that run the mob in New York, they always ran it based on the garbage industry. The trash union, the laborers. So Jimmy Hoffa, they never found his body again. He did something, and they said that he's in the walls of Shea Stadium somewhere. I don't know if that's true, but his body probably is there. Anyway, labor unions generally vote for Democrats because Democratic Party is pro-union. If you run as a candidate in the Democratic election, all of your paperwork has to be stamped with a union sign. It's like some indoctrination that you have to get only union printers for everything, and union printers cost more than all the other ones. And I was like, why do I have to use a union printer? My daddy was a union chief for the National Treasury's union. Okay, he worked for the IRS, but he was still a union chief. So I'm a pro-union girl. Well, now, for the Republicans that were supporting Donald Trump, all the Republicans were anti-union because they didn't want to pay fair wages. Remember when I was out there running for office and y'all didn't vote for me? I was saying we should have had a $15 minimum wage 5 years ago. I was actually saying it should have been $19. I think that $15 minimum wage, they stuck with that $15, but that was from 10 years ago. After inflation, it needs to be $20 minimum wage. You cannot feed a family of 4, okay, and buy a house and put your kids through school, even if it is public school, and then still have them excel if you do not get a higher wage. Okay, anyway, so unions are Democrats. Republicans are anti-union. Donald Trump was anti-union. So when he decided he was going to run for president, he still needed the union money. He was mad that Hillary Clinton was getting all the union's endorsement. But he was like, well, if the unions hate me, y'all got to think of a strategy for me to be able to put there on the airwaves so I can win. Fox News fell right in line. Because guess what? Fox News was run by the Koch brothers. Y'all know the Koch brothers. I think one of them died. Did both of them die? They were like 100 years old. I don't remember. Very racist. Up at the top. All the billionaire brothers. They were the ones responsible for Citizens United versus the Federal Election Commission, FEC. They were the ones responsible for making sure that corporations could use their entire treasury to donate $100 million for a political campaign for federal office to be able to make sure that their person gets to win. Do you hear me? So what does our first non-black president do? See, the problem was, and here's the problem. I think Barack biracialness made him feel like it's too bad he wasn't all the way black man. Because if he was all the way black man and had been a part of the Black Panther and had actually been doing something for black people, we wouldn't have had Citizens United because he would have known to appoint a black woman to the Supreme Court Justice of the United States, but he didn't. He was trying to make the Latinos happy. And guess what? Sonia Sotomayor voted for Citizens United and allowed the Koch brothers to go ahead and donate hundreds of millions of dollars and all these other corporations to let Donald Trump have all of the airwaves for free. Unlimited airtime. We talked about Donald Trump every single time, every single episode of What's Your Point when I was on Fox 26 News on the show called What's Your Point. It's a political commentator. I was like, can we stop talking about him, giving him so much free airtime? It's just going to help him win because the more somebody is in the news, that's free airspace. You're not talking about Hillary. You're just talking about Benghazi when it comes to Hillary. But oh no. We even had a segment in What's Your Point called What Trump Said on Twitter. I was like, okay, I see how y'all trying to roll. Well, it's time for me to get my black A square sus up off this show because y'all done gone all the way crazy. And what happened? They elected Donald Trump. All that free media because of Justice Sonia Sotomayor being appointed to the United States Supreme Court by half-black Barack Obama. Half-black, not all black. Not Black Panther black, not Prairie View black, not North Carolina A&T black, not black like my daddy. I'm talking about biracial Barack Obama with all black wife, lawyer. That is the most disrespect you could ever do to be the first black president sleeping with a black wife who got her law degree before yours. And you not think a black woman should be justified in being appointed to the United States Supreme Court. Somebody please out there agree with me. Please. So I don't know what kind of conversation Michelle had with Barack, but now Joseph Biden is going to give us our black card back. We will have a black woman on the Supreme Court. Now, what I think should be done now, because we've already lost out on voting rights, we need to even the playing field. What we need to do is increase the number of Supreme Court justices by 3. All right? If the Democrats could just go ahead and do what they're supposed to do, somebody needs to put a bill on the floor. If you are listening to me, Congressman Al Green, if you are listening to me, Congresswoman Sheila Jackson Lee, stop wasting your time on reparations. Start spending time on increasing the number of Supreme Court justices so we can balance out the power. Because right now, we can't win nothing with 6-3. Do you hear me? 6-3 means we will lose every single vote forever for the next 50 years. You are setting black people back 100 years, 400 years. We might as well be back in shackles. And now that Donald Trump is talking about having campaign contributions, the Koch brothers, one of them might be dead, but they still got billions of dollars thanks to whack Justice Sonia Sotomayor. Y'all Latinos, y'all gonna own that madness. Y'all got a woman up there that looks just like you, speaking Spanish just like you, talking about I'm from the Bronx. I voted against you. And I said, oh yes, you can sit your butt down. She's the Uncle Tom of the Mexicans. We got Clarence Thomas. Y'all got Justice Sonia Sotomayor. Now, can we get some black justice woman up in there? You know, the reason why it's so laughable is that if you know the history behind New York City, and if you know the history behind the Statue of Liberty, let me go and give you some history. The Statue of Liberty was a gift from France, okay? Given to the United States as a peace offering and a gesture of goodwill. The Statue of Liberty that you see today is not the same Statue of Liberty, ladies and gentlemen. No. It's not Becky with the good hair with a blind justice. No. The original Statue of Liberty was a black woman with edges in shackles. Yes. She has shackles on her feet and shackles on her hand. When the United States got the Giganticon gift from France, and realized, they said, oh, no, we're not going to be teaching critical race theory over here. They sent the gift back to France. They sent the black woman in shackles back to France so they could get a new gift. They said, you need to change her. First of all, she needs to be white. She needs to be free. And we don't ever want anybody to see that we did slavery. So you know what happened? The Frenchies were like, oh, no, not y'all white people over there. Don't y'all try to act like we love us some black people. We didn't enslave black people over here. Matter of fact, all y'all black entertainers had to leave the United States and come over there from New Orleans. Louis Armstrong went to Paris, baby, to become a star. Josephine Baker went to Paris. All of the black jazz greats, all of the black poets and black authors, all of the authors went to France. Okay, speaking that wokeness. So when France came back and said, well, y'all trying to be in denial about who you are. Y'all need some critical race theory. Y'all need this black woman to shackle. But guess what they did? If you go, and since you know, you need to follow the feds, honey. If you want to be in the know about what's going on in America, you need to follow History Channel. It's one of my favorite channels, and you can follow it, National Geographic. You can go on there and see now the Statue of Liberty France played a trick on the Americans with their dumb butts. I'm talking about the white boys that were in charge. Because when I say Americans, they didn't mean us black Americans. We're black Americans. We're not African Americans. We don't know what kind of American we are because we don't know where we came from. They made sure of that. They made sure to take our language from us. They made sure to take us and split us down so that when you see the Mexican people being separated at the border, girl, that ain't nothing new. Cry me a river because you try to get $450,000 per family. So at the end of the day, I'm just going to try to tell you, the statue, she still got a shackle around her ankle. It's just that she looks like Becky with the good hair, but you can't see the shackle because it's been covered up by the dress. And she's not black anymore. She's white. They didn't want all the people coming over there on Ellis Island. Y'all know that's where everybody used to come over there when you immigrate to the United States. They wanted people coming to Ellis Island, seeing a black woman slave, saying, come on over here. They'd be like, oh, shoot, you didn't scare off all the other immigrants. You didn't scare off the Italians. You didn't scare off the Irish. And they're going to think that y'all going to shackle us. They'd be like, no, the black people already built up the whole country. So y'all don't have to worry about being shackled. But say something wrong, we'll put you in an encampment like they did the Vietnamese. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and cut to a break so you can hear a nice song. Did I wake you up in this morning? I know I did. See, that's what, see, when you have, and I'm a brainiac, you guys. I'm always reading something. I'm on my second read of the Bible. It was so good, I'm reading it twice. But you guys have to understand that everything that happens in our country is by design. And when you're out there talking about we had our first black president, no, we didn't. We had our first man of color elected president. He wasn't black. He wasn't black to me. He looked black. He had edges because his daddy was African. But he didn't do anything for black people. He didn't right the wrongs and the injustices. We got Joseph Biden. God speak to him and Jill Biden because now they understand a black woman's place is at the Supreme Court. Period. And they need to go ahead and increase the number of Supreme Court justices. It's already been done 3 times. Yeah, so I'm a little chilly in here. It's cold, so I know that it must be freezing outside. So I have to go on and put on my coat because I'm cold.
When we come back on, you're gonna wrap up.
I'm going to wrap up when we come back home. Y'all, I came out here like making sure. See, this is how you got to do it when it's cold. Y'all want to know? I'm always cold. Eric likes to freeze me in my house. I can't stand it. I have a heater, one of those space heaters that's by the bed with the heat on. And so, listen, I love Sherelle. Let me tell you something. She pulled up the case like, wow. When she hears me going, she can pull up the case real fast. Remember, at the first few months, she was a little slow. She was playing on her Twitter and her Instagram. But now, she's focusing on what I'm talking about because I teach her more than they teaching her at U of H. I do. I used to want to be a college professor. And then I went to law school and realized it's expensive for the lifestyle that I would like to lead once I become a lawyer. When I was in law school, I lived in 3rd Ward. I had no car. I lived on Delano. And then I lived on Ardmore. I was broke. I used to walk to school in the rain. I still had my Texas A&M backpack. Everybody had purses. Everybody was rocking Louis Vuitton and all the names that I didn't know anything about. And I didn't even have a purse. It wasn't no need to have a purse when you don't have no money. I didn't even have enough money for lip gloss. I just used Vaseline. Yep, and those were the days. And so I always said, when I became a lawyer, I was gonna be a baller. Period. I don't care. I said when I get my bar card, first of all, I said I'm gonna work at the biggest white law firm in the whole wide world, right on there in the plantation. I sure did. I sure did. Your girl was making dollars out of cents, baby. That stuff was working. My money was crossing over. My money was lapping itself. I made so much money. And then I thought, okay, and at the time I met my best friend Julia. She was working at the public defender's office. I had to go pick her up in my big body Benz. You know, black folks love my big bodies. Y'all, the S6, I bought my big old back then it was S550. I said, no, I'm not broke anymore. Bye the brokenness. Well, guess what? The lawyer that I want to become the Supreme Court Justice, I'm probably gonna print out a picture and print her picture and put it on a T-shirt and send it to Joseph Biden and Jill Biden and say, hey, we need her. She was a public defender, and I remember I used to go pick up my girlfriend for lunch in my big body Benz downtown Dallas, driving, be like, come on outside. And I used to take her to lunch. I used to pay for it, be like, girl, you don't have no money working for the people, but God wanted you to work for the people. He wanted me to work for the money. Because God knew how broke I was. I was so broke. I used to go to the Roxy when it was free on Wednesdays on ladies' night. I used to get there. They said free before 9. I'd get there at 8:30. All right. Oh, it's cold outside, y'all. Y'all better go get a coat.
You ready?
Hold on. We'll close out with Okay, we're back, and for this last little bit, I just hope you all can do some reading. If you have not been doing any reading lately, I suggest that you read the history of the United States from Reconstruction forward. I'm saying Reconstruction specifically because in the United States of America, after the Civil War, now I'm trying to tell you how black people, why I'm so pro-black, because right after Abraham Lincoln freed the slaves, black people showed up in a major way. And whenever black people were made equal, when it was one man, one vote, or whatever it used to be fair, whenever it was a democracy, we had more black congressmen and black senators running all up and through DC, baby. Every black person was a congressman. Not the women, because, you know, women, we're second-class citizens. So says the Bible. So says how everything works in the world. I don't mind that. You got to be submissive, but we still need to be on the Supreme Court. Anyway, so when you look at the U.S. history, post-Reconstruction only, we already know about slavery. I believe in the schools that instead of focusing on all of the things like Benjamin Banneker created the traffic light. Now, we already know that. Rosa Parks sat on the bus. We already know that. Malcolm X was woke. Martin Luther King was asleep. He said, turn the other cheek. We already know all that. Thurgood Marshall was the first black man appointed to the Supreme Court of the United States. We already know that. He died when I was at Texas A&M. I thought, oh my gosh, it took all this time. And Clarence Thomas was the black person that was appointed by George Bush to replace him. You see how they replace you by an Uncle Tom whenever the black woke leaves? Kind of like they did on Fox News when I was gone. They replaced me with Uncle Thomas. Anyway, who says she's not black. Anyway, I just want you all to read the Reconstruction era onward. And then the Reconstruction era is what immediately precedes the Jim Crow era. Because white privilege was the reason why Jim Crow was created. Because the white people did not like seeing black people making laws in Congress. Black senators, they didn't like that. They did not like seeing former slaves actually speaking with intelligence and passing bills and you know, speaking on the floor like they had some sense. So white people created Jim Crow because after the federal government had Reconstruction, the Justice Department was created to assist the newly freed black slaves that were dealing with white privilege. All right. So we have Becky on the plantation who had a field Negro who's now saying, girl, you better move around with that whip. I don't work for you no more, boo. She didn't like that. Becky was saying black men were trying to rape her all the time, which they weren't. So what happened was the Justice Department noticed that lynchings were at an all-time high. All of the white people were mad. White women were feeling threatened by black men, feeling like, oh my gosh, he was a slave and now he wants to have sex with me. When really, the Beckys were sleeping into the slave quarters because they really wanted that big black, you know what I'm talking about. That's inappropriate for radio. I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. There was never, ever, 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 ever a time where a black man had to worry about running up to a white woman. They were always white women running up to black men. Come on now. There's a reason why. And you can go check this out. You know, I'm a reader. I'm not going to tell you nothing that's not true. Or anything that's not true. When I say nothing, I know it's a double negative. I'm saying it on purpose because I'm still woke. Anyway, black men have the largest penises on the planet. There, I said it. Check the science. The black man has the largest penis. So when white women on the plantations were going into the slave quarters, honey, they were trying to go after the D. And it's still the same thing today. Look at the Kardashians. I think one of them said, I don't think I've ever had anything other than a black penis inside me, and I don't know what I would do. I think that's the one that's OJ's daughter. I'm sorry. Maybe she's not OJ's daughter, but she's somebody's daughter other than her daddy's daughter. Okay? Because she looks just like OJ. Well, you know what? At the end of the day, when you look at the U.S. history from Reconstruction up until Jim Crow was created by the Klan. Okay, the Klan started all of that hate. The white people created hate. All right, that's just what they should be known for that. The Jews killed Jesus. White people created hate. White people created lynchings. They lynched Latinos. They lynched blacks. They lynched Vietnamese people. They love to hang bodies from trees and then have celebrations around it. White people use the federal government to bomb the black people on Black Wall Street in Oklahoma. I'm trying to tell you something here. So I want you all, between this show and the next show, to go to the History Channel. If you're not a reader, if you don't know how to read yet, then you need to go watch it on TV. Go to the History Channel and search out Reconstruction Era. Go look at some documentaries and get yourself some brain. Because right now, I'm not talking about I'm talking about education brain. You need to become educated so that when these people start talking about how they are anti-critical race theory, you need to know what to say in response to them. Because see, people don't like to tag me with that dumb talk. I've never, ever, I was tagging their butts on What's Your Point on Fox 26 News every Sunday. Why? Beat them upside the head with black wokeness. Yes. I was the only woke one on the set. I was so woke. They were like, okay. The white people got mad. But I didn't care about the Karens trying to haze me on social media. I had something for them too. But I'm also very well aware of the history of the United States, the creation of the world, the history of anti-Semitism, the history of the Latinos, all of that. I know everybody's history because I make it my business to know where I came from. So I want you all to do the same thing. And I want to make sure that you are out there getting educated. So when these Karens and these Beckys try to have something to say about your blackness or your Latina-ness or your Asianness, and what's up to the Asian people? Happy Lunar New Year. It's the year of the tiger. The year of the ox is over. And I would want you to say, I had to give my husband some education this morning. Now, I married a smart man. He went to the University of Texas, and I'm going to hold that up against him. But if he had gone to A&M, he would understand that the Lunar New Year is not just for Chinese people. I said, I was talking to him because I go to Kung Fu Tea every day. I order 4 things from them every single day. And in Pearland, yesterday I was the first person there. And they're like, oh, you're here so early. I said, oh, yes, I am here early. I said, Happy Lunar New Year. I said, were you partying hard last night? She's like, yes. Because the owner of the Kung Fu Tea in Pearland Town Center is Vietnamese. So when I went back at home and told my husband, he said, you got your 4 drinks for the day? I said, yes. He's like, I said, it's their Lunar New Year. He's like, baby, that's for Chinese people. It's not for Vietnamese. I said, says the educated Alpha Phi Alpha man that graduated from the University of Texas at Austin. You are so wrong. I'm sorry. Lunar New Year is celebrated by Chinese, Vietnamese, Siamese, all of the E's, okay? Stop trying to act like, Eric, it's only for China. It's everybody. So it's the East Asians that celebrate the Lunar New Year, not the South Asians, which are the Hindu, our Indian brothers and sisters. Red dot, not feather. Okay? So, they all said, so if you see any Asian at all that is an East Asian, because there's a difference for all of you who don't know geography, because I took that class and I made an A. I pretty much made an A in every class I ever took, because I like to learn things. Go out there and wish every Asian person that you see a happy Lunar New Year. They celebrate for the first 15 days of the month, so they're probably not showing up to work on time. They do it with a family dinner the night before. So on January 31st, they were all celebrating with family dinners. And then my alterations lady, who is Vietnamese, she didn't have any of my stuff done. She didn't have my stuff ready for AKA Founders Day because she was getting ready for her New Year's. Then on my Founders Day, I didn't have my pink and green right. So then I had to wear black. Then I went to go see if myself. I tried to go check on myself on January 31st, and everybody was like, "We don't have it for you, Miss Moore, right now because we were basically getting ready for our New Year's." I said, "I know you are. You need to just sew up my stuff." But happy Lunar New Year. It's the year of the tiger. I'll go ahead and delve more into that next time to go ahead and educate you folks. If you know a black person, you're all black out there. You're all black. You know why? Because you all came from the black man. The original man is Africa. So happy Black History Month to all of you Asians that are black, all of you Indians that are black, all of you Chinese that are black. We know you're all black. So happy Black History, white people out there, because you all came from black people too. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. Y'all said we came from animals, monkeys and stuff. Well, no, we didn't. We came from Jesus. Maybe y'all came from some animals. Okay? But y'all all came from us anyway. Okay, I hope you all have a wonderful and safe week. Be good to each other. Tell every black person you know, happy Black History Month. And even though it's the shortest month of the year, we're going to make the biggest impact. And let's all give a vote of confidence to Joseph Biden and that he gets us the darkest, brownest sisters that he can find with the best edges that are not laid down with edge control like mine. Mine is looking a little puffy right now at this very moment, looking a little frizzy. I'm going to go ahead and correct that as soon as I leave here. And stay warm, everybody. If you're out there frozen, and you know a homeless person, why don't you go give those blankets that you don't want anymore and go give them to a homeless person? You need to get donated 10 blankets. Just go wrap somebody up. I bet you they won't say no. Be good to each other. Bye, everybody. It's cold out there. All right, I hope you enjoyed the show today. I was like, oh my gosh, I kind of want, listen, if you're out there in the world, don't buy Tom Ford lip gloss. It's gold. It stays on for 35 seconds, 17 seconds at the max. But you know what? I'm still going to keep it in my coat. Anyway, did you like the show? I hope so. I hope I gave you a little bit of Black history today. Because y'all need to know. And if you're out there running around there with cold feet, you don't have to buy Uggs. Check this out. I'll take the fur to a whole new level, baby. I got the whole sheep inside my shoe and outside my shoe. That's what I got on these leggings. Because my feet are warm. I'm warm. I didn't put on my hood. Okay, am I going to do my freeze for my picture for this image for this next one? Here we go. I'm going to do my little picture because this time I actually did wear my coat like a boss during the segment. Because it's cold in here. We have these gigantic windows here at the station. I closed the blinds. Take out my Jesus piece. They painted me out to be the bad guy. I love Nicki Minaj. All right. Are we about to do a freeze?
Yes, you're
Here we
ready.
go. Hold on. Well, I got to show my Jesus piece. Now, hold on. You know, just 1 second. All right. You see, I got pink rosary beads because I'm an Alpha Kappa Alpha. I buy everything that's pink, baby. I can't wait for Kenny to get her letters. You know what? There's a lot of women that were able to cross into Alpha Kappa Alpha over the weekend. And, you know, I just, you know, I'm saying congratulations to all of you who are now. And I want to say a very special shout out to my new soror, Sadani Miles, who is now, she's my link sister. I love her. She is the wife of State Senator Boris Miles, who's an Alpha Phi Alpha man. And I didn't even know, I knew that they were going to take over 1 million billion trillion AKAs in the chapter to make them the largest chapter in the world, which I'm fine with that because you know what? I was rejected my first time around. They didn't want me, but guess what? I'm the baddest thing walking, baby, and the toughest thing talking. So you got to always, no matter when you get your Alpha Kappa Alpha letters, whether it's a whole lot of 50 pluses and up there got the letters, and you won't be strutting around the parties, baby. But if you hang out with me, I'll teach you all the moves. Anyway, congratulations to Sadani Miles on being into the Alpha Kappa Alpha pink and green. Well, I got a lot of fur on today. Now, when I was at Founders Day with my bestie Shanidra Wagner, we were not cold, baby, because we believe in dead animals. We eat animals, so we believe in wearing them. That has nothing to do with my moral compass. So I'm gonna do this. Hey, Jermaine. Oh, I say, hey, girl, hey. So I have on my Jesus piece. Are we ready to do the freeze frame? So I only do this when she has to do like a freeze frame to put it for the show, for all the blah, blah, blah. So let me go on and pull back my necklace so I can saw the... There you go.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's perfect.
Boom. That was perfect. See, Sherelle got me all the way together. So now that I'm done... Oh, it's cold out there. It's really cold. I'm like, oh my goodness, I got to go back to Kung Fu Tea. You know, because they were like, Nyanza, you coming back tomorrow? I said, yeah, I'm coming back after the cold. I'm going right over there. That's why I have certain things that I'm ritualistic about my lifestyle. You know, I do my devotional in the morning and my devotional all day. And then I do my Kung Fu Tea. I do 2 hot teas. 2 honey oolong tea. Oolong tea is my favorite. And then I do 2 strawberry lemonades. And I do Boss water. All day. And I do 2 honey oolong teas because I drink 1 in the morning and 1 at night. So, and this time, I didn't drink my morning one. It's right here with my pink Yeti. And so I'm going to log off on my Instagram. Bye, Grammars. I hope you enjoyed the show. And I'm really not going to do it. Sherelle's going to do it because I don't know how. And just for all of you out there in social media land, I don't know how to do social media. But guess what? I'm going to get a TikTok account. You got to hold this real quick. Yeah, hold that up. Pop that out. I'm going to get a TikTok account because my best friend said she's on TikTok. Her TikTok is popping. And her name is Legal Mama 3. She got the hottest name. I'm like, girl, I mean, first of all, she's pretty. I know I probably shouldn't say that, but you haters out there, you should be a hater. You have to know who to hate on, baby. She's pretty. She has a TikTok, and she does good TikToks. And I'm like, I don't know how to do it. And she sends me the funny video. I couldn't even pull it up. I'm so dumb. It's just, I don't know. I can't do a 7-second video. I talk too long. But I'm going to learn, and we're going to do a TikTok something together. And then it's going to be fly. I'm going to tell you when. I'm probably going to cheat my way through it and use some of my old videos from here and let Sherelle create 7-second spots. Because I got a lot of things that should be memed. I mean, I'm a walking meme. Don't you think so, Sherelle?
Oh, yes.
I mean, a lot of the stuff I say, I know y'all want me to re-record it, but I'm not. I can only say it once because, you know, today I didn't really have my iPad, wasn't really working very well, but my brain is always on fire, so I'm all the caffeine you need. So go out there and go to Kung Fu Tea. To all of my Asian friends, I love you so much. Ling Lua, I love you so much. And happy Lunar New Year. Happy Year of the Tiger. It's going to be a good year for me. Good year for all my Asian friends. And go ahead and support La Madeleine and go get yourself a breakfast. Croque Madame. So support the French who gave us a nice black slave as the as the gift. Yes, to the French one. That's why I love, I'm a Francophile. Y'all know what that means? Francophile means the person who loves the French. Okay, there's homophobe, francophobe. There should be an Americanophobe. It's a lot of Islamophobes. Phobia means against. Phile means love. Phila. You know what I'm talking about. So I'm a francophile. Love all things French. My mommy was raised in France. Yes, she was. She went to junior high and high school in France. Yes, she was. She graduated from Belton High School, and then she went to Prairie View because she had to get black woke. And then she was president of the French Club. So she speaks fluent French, and that's why my daughter learns French from Miss Shanidria, who majored in French at Texas A&M University, who's also my sorority sister. So I'm a francophile. I go to France every time I get a chance, and I love them because they told America who they were at a time that they didn't want to know. When they sent over a black woman in shackles as Lady Liberty, when then white people were like, no, we don't want critical race theory. Bye. Anyway, okay, bye Instagram. I'm on Instagram straight flexing in my firm, about to go outside to the cold. Bye Instagram.